Hello! Welcome in everyone! Welcome in! There we are! Yabaiken, famous influencer, celebrity sensei. We are very happy to have you with us today. And I'm gonna learn all of the Jamie tech. I am prepared. I got my brain is ready to expand. And I'm hyped. You're already in the call. Am I not in the call?
Jump scare.
Oh my god! I'm so scared.
Sorry. That's pretty funny. Sorry. So yeah, today we're going to be, much like last time, we just went over the basics of like what do your buttons do? And like what can you do at different spaces in the screen. We're going to take a lot more of a scattershot approach this time around. We will start out with a test on how much you remember from the first time around, so be scared about that.
Maybe I should like watch the video real quick or review my notes or something.
No. We're getting right in there. At round start range, right where you are right now, is Drive Rush 5 HP good?
Yes.
Try doing it.
Oh
Two
no, it
hits.
only hits 2 hits. Yeah, it only hits twice.
But if you have like literally 1 centimeter of going forward before it, then it hits right. When you input Drive Rush, there is one of 2 ways you can do it. Like either you could do a forward motion, then hit parry, and then another forward motion.
Yeah.
Like this, which means that you take a micro step forward.
Yeah.
Which will let it hit, but still this is like an awkward thing. Or you can hold parry first, obviously, and then in a parry, and that will not hit right. Not that you should be doing it one way rather than the other, but that it's sort of finicky, because if at round start any opponent does this, you will miss. Like even if they just like do like crab walk or whatever, they will they will not get hit by it. Like that your crab walk is just teabagging. That's funny. So basically knowing your range on that it's really good. Amazingly good. Doing it from like slightly too far away might make it not so good.
Empty jump, right? That would get
Empty
gone.
jump, exactly, yeah.
Which a lot
so,
of people do against Jamie, because some Jamies apparently EX bomb on round start. Like I wouldn't know anything about that.
No one, definitely not, yeah. In general, like it's good to do from about round start range in general, but at round start it tends to be a bad idea, because if people does do anything but walking forward, if you don't get it exactly right, then you only get 2 hits, and that's not good. We want those 3 hits always. Okay, good. The next question. So, which buttons leave you completely safe after doing the first hit of Rekka? So, like, what buttons are starters that you can get to being safe after Rekka 1? Like, only the first hit of Rekka afterwards.
Crouching medium
2
kick.
MK, yep, for sure. From about the max range of it, 2 MP leaves you safe.
Yeah.
Like, look at how far you are. You're completely safe there. So it's bam, bam, and then a standing light kick. So
Oh, yeah.
on hit, that obviously gives you a Rekka combo. It deals almost no damage if you look at the damage up there. It deals very little damage, but it's a light stream, so that's fine. You get a drink for it. That's cool.
Yeah,
That's
that's very helpful.
And it is, again, safe on block if people just block throughout it, which is very nice. Which is 5 medium kick. I didn't really look at this one before. Great range, not the best startup time, and obviously 2 MK is godlike, so why not just use this one every time? But still, this.
You can link that. Yeah.
Yep. And then lastly, the last one, the furthest range option, is this. Into the medium Rekka specifically, not the light one. Long ass range. And again, safe on block. If you get it on hit, then hey, you get a full conversion. So those are your options that I know of. Again, I'm not a Jamie player. So that is like the list of things. So again, it's like this. And then I didn't do a standing light kick. That, it is this. It is this. And it is this. All of those buttons go into safe pokes, basically, which is very nice. If you're just like, we're walking back and forth, we're looking at each other, none of us are really pressing anything, and you would like want to like, and you like want to you want to like take your turn, doing like a far range button or like a poke, you know, it's like those are the good ones, because again, even if you get blocked, then you're fine as long as you space it correctly. I might be flexing on these, that's okay.
Oh, that's nice. I love this combo. It's so fun. It's so fun. Yeah, I feel like I never use like the heavy kick to like convert into Rekka, but I really should.
This crab walk looks so silly as well, like.
It's like the hands are like...
Yeah. He's having fun, okay? Everything that we're going to move on to from here is going to be like a little bit more nebulous. So we can talk about what you would like to see. Punishment and rewards. Or just talk about punishing different people doing different things. So there's what do you do when you punish a DP? What do you do when you get a wall splat? These sorts of things.
Oh my god, guys, I received a custom room invite from Celebrity Yabaiken! Can you believe it?
You used to a lot whenever an opponent would like, with a DP or whatever, or you would get like a punish counter, you would do like
Yeah.
this as your punish.
Which is very sad, but I do still do that sometimes.
I see. It's not great, just why this section exists in general. But first of all, so after your opponent gets like wall splat, what do you think is the combo? Actually, we can go to the other corner and you can show it on me. Or I can actually just jump over you. What sort of thing do you do to punish that? Yes.
I would probably do like this.
Oh yeah, fair. That is not a bad option.
Oh yeah, the crouching fierce. I know it's his
like
most damaging move. Like normal.
Yeah, outside of standing heavy kick, I think that's true. But yeah, no, the first one was just to show off if you have 0 drinks, if you can't go into the kick, like the dive kick at all. That's cool. Yeah. The second one there is just like great damage and also gives you like a oki. Like again, you could get a meaty like overhead with a dive kick because that is like also a good option. That takes more meter than any of the other two. Obviously, if you're specifically at 1 drink, I think what you did is basically the best thing that you can do. This is meaty, and all the time. Yeah. Which is really good. Or of course you can do anything. It's a high-low grab guess. It's very good. So let's continue down the route of punishes. So counter DIs. I'm going to do it in 3, 2, 1.
Like the number, like the counting down made it like so much worse. That's probably what I would do.
Oh sure, there's significant things that you can get that's better than that. That was wrong in my notes.
Oh, so you go into the dive kick?
Yes, you absolutely can. There's a couple different options, I think. And again, that situation leaves you +4 as they wake up, so you can do a meaty grab, which is very good. Or if you already have some drinks, I think.
Ooh. Yeah, that's nice because it pushes them in the corner too, which is hype.
Yep. +4. Get a drink. Or the last one, which I forget.
Yeah.
The third question. What is your route after blocking a DP? Gets ready to block.
Oh, I need
you don't have drinks, yeah.
That was not what I wanted.
Yeah, no, I get the feel. You have better options. But yeah, doing a neutral jump in general gives you way better stuff, and you don't need to spend any meter on it.
Yeah.
There's a bit of an awkwardness in that you can't do the jumping heavy punch too early in the jump. Otherwise, you will like not be able to link it into a standing heavy kick. You can always link it to a crouching heavy punch, but it's like 200 less damage or something. So manually timing it and getting that down, like practicing this, is really good. But if you don't have it down yet, then just go into a heavy punch instead of a crouching heavy punch rather than a standing heavy kick. And you can super, and it's great damage. It's really good damage.
Yeah, look at that. It's like half health.
Not quite Marisa or anything, but it's still like.
For Jamie.
Like, in general, I think anything that I could find, there might be other like niche stuff. Then exactly, yeah. That into Rekka is like that's the easy. Like I don't know how many drinks I have right now, or I don't have a lot of drinks.
Yeah.
That's the good one. So that's like that covers like the most obvious, like, oh, I just get like I am uncontested and I can do like the big punish now.
It's your turn. Like it's like a mini game of like, can I get the combo or not? Like it's not stressful.
Okay, let's talk about throws. Different characters get different things off of throws. Some characters, for example, let's say like Marisa, doesn't get shit off of back throw. Like if she does this to you, then like she can't do anything that's real in quotation marks after that at all. She basically has to like, you have to be scared of her or not know that it's fake, whatever she presses. But for other characters such as Ken or such as like I think even Ryu like has a fairly good throw. Okay, like they get anything off. Also like Kimberly as well has really good stuff of her forward throw and not very great stuff of her back throw. It's different for every character is what I'm trying to say very long. And for Jamie, I tested it out a little bit, and his forward throw is actually very good for Oki. His back throw is a little bit worse, but still fairly decent. Plus 38.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Plus 1 million. A little bit awkward because like if you try to drive rush at me and like do anything, it tends to be either slightly too fast and therefore you whiff, or way too late. But instead of that, try to forward throw me. Plus 23. That's really good. Try doing a forward dash towards me. That's 19 frames, and right now you're in throw range, which means that after every single time you throw someone, unless they do a back rise, you can make them guess between a 2LK, like a low, or a throw. Every time. It's a 50-50. Of course, as we learned earlier with the safe Rekka stuff, you can go from a 2LK that gets blocked into being safe. So like it's very low risk, it's very good pressure, and you're making your opponent guess. Whenever you're the one making the opponent guess in this game, you're in a good situation.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
his forward throw is really good.
Oh yeah, and you can.
So you can do a big heavy strike, which is very cool.
Yeah. We can just go into like dash into like the light stuff.
Tippy taps, which is very low commitments. Like obviously if they wake up with like a parry or a DP, that sucks. But still, like they have to then play around it. Or back rise. Back rise makes it a little bit more complicated, but yeah.
Yeah. So like baiting the DP too.
After a back throw, you can just drive rush into the holding down back, and you're safe against literally everything because you're more plus than him. It's like he's got a lot of options off of throw, but his best option for sure, and obviously I'm not Jamie now, having to change characters is annoying, but doing a forward throw into a dash up leaves you +4.
Yeah.
It's so good. Yep, throw loops, or you can do a 2LK, which is also going to work. Obviously, if I back roll, it makes it a little bit awkward. But it moves you closer to the corner. You don't lose anything.
Yeah.
You're still plus. So now we're here playing neutral, and we're in your poke ranges. That's a good range to be at for you if I back roll. So yeah, throws for Jamie are very good. If you can make the opponent guess between those two things, and then also throwing in the threat of not pressing anything, so that they're like and backwalking, so that the opponent can DP and get whiffed, and then you deal half their health. That is how you get good pressure. And then some drive rush pressure stuff, which I was less sure about because obviously I don't play Jamie. I just found some stuff that I think was cool.
That uses a lot of bar, right? Doesn't it?
It does, yes, but it's a 50-50.
Yeah.
So if the opponent has low health, or if you think that you can get like something good of it, like a longer conversion, it's definitely worth it, especially as Jamie, because you can then either get a drink, you can get out of the corner this way. Like there's a lot of things that you can do here. Generally for characters that want you to do this sort of pressure, it tends to be like Kimberly or like Manon and stuff, characters that have to like mix you to get in. And Jamie doesn't necessarily, because he can just hang out at this range and be very good still. But still, like with those sorts of things, if you want to open up the opponent, doing drive rush mix is really good. Half your drive gauge, which is a lot, obviously, but if you're not spending it on doing EX palm from mid-screen, then you have a lot of drive gauge probably.
Yabaiken, please! Do we need to mention this right now? Fair enough. And I feel like Jamie also has so many good tools, especially if you're full drink, to like regain drive gauge, that is good.
I have a complicated question for you, Fish.
Okay, I'm ready.
How do you control neutral with Jamie? This means that if you're at this range, how do you make your opponent do what you want them to do? Whether that be walking away from you, or walking closer to you, or whatever it might be. How can you sort of force their hand? And as per usual saying, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I mean, like, one thing that I do is, like, if I find that, like, I'm against a player that, like, backs and, like, is playing very defensively, I start drinking, and often that makes them, like, anxious. And makes them, like, want to, like, come towards me.
Especially if you're, like, fighting a Luke whose fireballs can't go full screen, or a character without fireballs. There'll always be a draw for the opponent whenever you're playing Jamie, for them to want to walk towards you. If it's a Ryu that can go like here, you can still like, you can neutral jump over his fireballs, you can do like whatever, you can just lame it out. And if he ever gets bored of that, then like especially if you have the life lead, and you can just basically say like, there's a timer there, I'm gonna win. As soon as he gets bored of that, you can start drinking, basically. That's a threat that you hold. Outside of that, then obviously there's other stuff, such as like walking closer and stuff, like threatening people. When someone is playing far away, how you get them to walk towards you.
Oh my god, yeah. That's so scary though. It's like, you really need to time it.
And then once he walks towards you, you can then be looking for that. You don't need to drink just because you're walking away, and you're basically getting that. You can be looking at him because like, and he's gonna want to come at you.
And then like expect it and like be ready to react.
Exactly, yeah. And especially against like a character like Marisa, I know from experience, who is very slow. And who cannot like approach you safely in any way if you're like backwalking away from her. Looking for sweep there is also very good. In the last lesson, I told you that like sweep is really good for people that are walking away from you. It can also be if you're like leading them towards you, then like sweeping at them at their feet when they're walking towards you is really good.
Yeah, especially if you're like max range, because then you're like, a bit safe. Yeah.
I need to like be casual and walking up, and if that ever happens, then you can backdash and get further away from me. And generally, it's very stressful to like be like, I gotta catch this guy.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
So like generally, backwalking in neutral forces the opponent's hand to do something about it. in most matchups. If you're fighting a Guile, then they can just like go here and just like keep throwing fireballs, and you can't really drink, and it's very boring for everyone. And they play Guile, so they're very boring individuals. So they're okay with doing that forever. Sorry. Again, especially against the like fireball characters, a lot of them are going to be like better at like not falling for that. But even like in like a Luke who's got a non-max range fireball, you can just like play around that and go like, okay, I'll be patient, fuck you. And then of course, like to get the like getting close to the opponent, we covered this a little bit last time with like when you're from this range, what are your threats, right? You have drive rush, you have like jump it and stuff like that. I have fireballs and like playing around that, like the RPS of that. It's basically how you make people back up. Another thing is again like save pressure strings. So like you being able to get into to block range with me, and then like pressing buttons to get me to back up, basically. Playing patiently and walking towards me and always being in a range where I can't throw fireballs. And it's just like, it's like, this is very awkward and uncomfortable, you know? Backing up and making the opponent come to you is going to be very effective. That's the main thing for this one.
What would you do against JP in that situation? I really
JP?
struggle with JP, yeah.
That's very valid, because he is very hard to deal with initially, and he's very strong according to a lot of people, even though I downplay him, don't tell anyone. Whenever you like literally max range from JP, he's very safe to throw out spikes against you. So walking to this range against JP as any character in the game is a bad idea, unless you're Cammy with level 3. Then that's fine. But every other character in the game, you probably don't want to be walking to this range. But as soon as you're here, he now has to aim his spikes. If you walk forward, like just like normally, and he does a far spike, he will miss you. If you don't walk forward and he does a medium spike, he will not hit you. So he's now playing RPS, much like we are in neutral in general. And also if you jump forward, you're in range of hitting me. So basically knowing like the range, like as soon as you're closer than this, JP has to be awkward. And if you're in your like max range here, he has issues hitting you with anything. Like his crouching medium kick is not drive cancelable and is about this range. His longest pokes are like lose to DI, and if you're like if you can whiff punish them as well, because they're really like they're hard to like they have long recovery is what I'm trying to say. And if you have a whiffs and you're doing a drive rush 5 HP in between that, then he's screwed. Just like knowing the range like around here is like that's the range you want to be against JP. And force him to make mistakes, basically. Make him awkward and just take your time. And like parrying his spikes is good, but also whenever he's going to portal out, don't do it, because then he can just go in for the grab. Parrying spikes when portal isn't out is really good. If portal is out, then just blocking and waiting till the portal is away, because he shouldn't be able to ever set it up if you don't get hit. So just waiting it out is literally fine. Let us move to the corner. So if you take one step back, let's say that you've thrown me into the corner. What about Rit this range? What do I, as the Ryu in this situation, want to do?
I mean, you want to get out of the corner, right?
This is the correct answer, yes. The overarching correct answer. It's that I want to do, let me get out every time.
Yeah.
There's a couple different ways to do that, as I just revealed. Wow, no one has ever seen anyone try to jump out of the corner before, I know. But jumping out of the corner is the most obvious way to get out of the corner for anyone. It is the layer 0. It is for people that have never played a fighting game before. If you put them in the corner, whether it be in Strive or in Street Fighter or like anything else, they will know that you're not up here, so I can go up above you. That's cool. Yeah. Because can't walk through you. That's scary. Jumping out of the corner is one of them. If you had to guess, how do you stop people from getting out of the corner? By jumping, specifically.
I mean, you could like meet them there.
Yes, that's a correct answer. Yeah, correct.
I feel like you could you anti-air them? I feel like I've never tried to do that. You would need to like go back and anti-air.
Yeah. So I wish that there was like lab controls for this, but I can also just shove you around here. So like if you are here and you know that the opponent's going to jump away, a thing that you will see me do a lot as Marisa is that I will crab walk and look at you. And if you don't jump within the first few seconds or whatever, then I will press a button. But if you do jump, then I'm ready to do, anti-air. And obviously your character and your like anti-airs are gonna vary. Like for Jamie, his anti-airs are very like in front of him rather than above him. So doing like an anti-air, like an air-to-air rather, is also very valid. Those are the correct options for stopping 4 jumps. You got all of them. Ding, 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 ding.
Yay!
Another thing you will see people do is neutral jump. Do you know why people neutral jump in the corner so much?
Oh my god, every time someone does it, it works against me. Like, I should do it more. I think it's like, I go for like grabs, or I'm trying to do like little like mix-up or something, and then they just neutral jump, and then I get caught.
Exactly, and also if you try to DI them, which is like one of the scariest things to face. When you're in the corner and you're holding down back, DI is the one thing you're thinking about most likely. And if you DI and I jump, then I win. So basically, I am awkward, I'm uncomfortable, I don't want to just sit here and block. That's very scary because DI can come. I'm gonna neutral jump. and I'm gonna keep neutral jumping until you whiff something and I can get out. That is like a very common way of dealing with that. Do you know how you would deal with that?
I mean, you could once again meet them in the air, would be a thing.
Like a correct option, but not necessarily all of them. Yes.
I mean, like anti-air again, but you would need to like get a bit closer.
I think if I'm very charitable, then saying anti-air that covers a lot of things, and that means that you have got all the right answers.
Yeah,
So,
I guess so. Yeah, I guess so.
Basically true. So like again, you can meet them in the air, or with Jamie if you just like with grab. Grab recovery is very short. If you look at how long that lasts, that's a total of 30 frames. That's a total of 45 frames. And different characters also have different jump times, I think. So like, even if you whiff a grab on someone's wake up, you can still input a DP or a kick, a down kick rather. You have time for that, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, so like the... Yeah, I feel like being like, once again, like more like preemptive and like expecting those things is key.
Taking the time and looking at the opponent is going to be very beneficial whenever they're in the corner, because people are going to act very predictably because they're panicking a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Not everyone does this, but like generally, like jumping forward, for example, is like it's the most common thing people are going to do. So just like looking for it and not being too far away from the opponent is like going to be very helpful. And outside of that, are there any other ways that they can try to escape the corner, do you think?
Like they could grab.
They can try to grab you and then like get out of that? Yeah, that's true.
Like to like, you know, like jabs. Like out of the corner.
Yeah. They can fight their way out. That's also very true.
Yeah.
Like, people... DI is also very true. Yes. Basically, in the corner, obviously they can still act as normal. It's not like their buttons get taken away or anything. But there is a different layer of threat to being here than to being like mid-screen, right? It's like I'm scared of DI more here than I am in mid-screen. I'm scared that I can't walk backwards, and that feels awkward just as like human primal level.
yeah, it's like I'm stuck.
Like being comfortable like playing footsies here when I can't walk far enough back is like really awkward. Like what if I wanted to have more spacing, right? So therefore, like people are going to less often be comfortable just like playing footsies in the corner, but obviously it does happen. It's not going to happen until fairly high level or when you fight like old heads. Backdashing. Backdashing in the corner is something that no one's going to be doing very much. Either they're going to be completely new to the game and they're used to playing Strive and they're going to be doing it, or they're going to be old heads and they actually know why they're doing it. Backdashing obviously it has no strike in one frame, so you just get hit if the opponent mashes. That's very bad. But if you can call out a grab rather than 45 frames of being out of commission and then getting anti-air, I would be plus there basically if I do that, and I'm plus like 7 or 8 depending on your timing, generally, or even more of course depending on your timing. Which is like that's a lot of frames to be able to press right when you're next to me. I can throw you into the corner myself, which is what you said earlier, or I can bust my way out by comboing you, which is scary.
Oh my god, yeah. That's terrifying.
Absolutely scary,
yeah.
But of course, the first one getting grabbed there is just like throwing the shimmy, which is what I'm teaching you here. It wasn't quite well timed enough, so we're still close enough to get grabbed. But if you get out of the range, then you can obviously see him backdash and then press a button and be fine. So like again in the corner, so if the opponent's about to wake up, then you can be back walking and like looking to press a button afterwards, if in case they backdash or throw or do a DP, and you'll block all three of them basically. They have to like wake up with sweep or a 2MK to catch you, which some people will do. But again, this is higher level stuff. I just wanted to show you the backdash stuff anyways.
No, it's good. It's good to be like aware of it.
And then we can talk about again the person who's trying to fight their way out, which is harder for me to clip, so I mostly just showed the opponent blocking. So like this is someone who's just blocking and like jabbing back and like trying to fight their way out, right? Yeah. You can throw them obviously if they're just like conditioned to like blocking, or you can DI them because again that's the scary thing in the corner. If they are trying to fight their way out, then they become susceptible to the things that make being in the corner scary, such as again being DI'd or not being able to play footsies and just having to sit there and jab back. So taking your time while the opponent's in the corner to just like pressure them safely, as you can do because Jamie's very good, you're fine doing that. You don't necessarily need to blow up the opponent immediately, but if you want to do that, then looking to grab them or looking to DI, or the thing that we touched on very briefly earlier, the drive rush mix. So being able to like, if you block here real quick, do I remember this stuff for you? I don't think I do. Yeah, like if you look at the gap there, it's gone now, of course, but that was that hit in frame 3. So like you can't mash that. You have to DP that after the drive rush if you want to do anything about it, or you just get thrown. Stuff like that is really powerful to like open up the opponent. We have one more.
One last?
One last for the corner.
Oh yeah, that's if they DI, right?
Yes, correct. And then obviously if you're just doing like a normal thing, if like mashing buttons, then that's not good. But if you have meter, it's fine actually.
Yeah.
And obviously you have other options, such as, again, looking for counter DI, which, again, if you're walking backwards, like we just looked at shimmies for, that's going to be a lot easier. A lot of I say ours if I'm a Jamie player, come on now. It's a lot of your options on like offense and defense, like how to keep safe when pressuring people, works great against a lot of different things. So like, again, like the neutral jump there that we saw at the end is good against both if I back jump, if I forward jump, or if I DI.
Yeah.
If you're looking for any of those while you're neutral jumping, then hey, success. If I then just wake up and turbo, obviously then like that's not great for you. I can DI at that. No, sorry, I can DP at that point in time. Not great, but still, like you're taking your chances there. You are doing RPS. You're playing rock paper scissors against the opponent, which is cool. That's pretty much everything. I have some couple things on psychology, but what if we just made the next session about psychology in general?
Yeah, I would like that. That'd be sick. Okay, cool. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming in. All the love. Bye bye. We're alone now.